Next question.
Next question will go to Raquel with TV Globo Brazil.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. My question is to Dr. Fauci, because Brazil is now having the worst time of the pandemic, and scientists around the world are warning that the COVID outbreak in Brazil is a global threat that could risk the progress here and in other parts of the world. Dr. Fauci, do you agree with this assessment? And also, do you believe Brazil could be doing anything different to respond to this crisis, especially when it comes to vaccination? Are you having conversation or working with authorities from Brazil?
Yeah. Well, thank you for that question. It is really a very difficult situation that Brazil finds themselves in, because it is really difficult in the sense that even with infection from the original virus that was circulating and recovery from that virus does not, in fact, protect you against reinfection from the circulating variant in Brazil. The best thing one can do is to get people vaccinated as quickly as possible and as many people as possible. You have to get your scientists and your public health officials to take a close look at the match between the antibodies that are induced by the vaccine that you are using and what its efficacy against the P1, P2 variant that is dominant in Brazil. So that's something that that I would imagine, and I'd be happy to be discussing this with your officials if you'd like to talk about what kind of options you might have. The issue with the impact of what goes on in Brazil and the rest of the world, obviously, when you have a variant that is in a particular country, and we already have the Brazil variant in a limited extent in our own country, that's the reason why, as I mentioned literally just a few minutes ago, in our vaccination program, we aim to get the highest titer of vaccination that would then be able to give a cushion of protection even against the variants. And as I mentioned,